whatever Zach tells you.
Over the last 3 years, I've been employed by various businesses, and each week I had to work hard in order to receive a paycheck at the end of the week. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys have either been employed or are currently employed right now? Yeah, almost everybody. There's one thing in common between my paycheck, your paycheck, and the person sitting next to you's paycheck. When you look at the bottom of the paycheck, at the bottom of the pay stub, there's a section where taxes are taken out each week. One of these taxes that are taken out is for unemployment. I don't know about you guys, but I like to receive every single dollar I earn over the week. Let me tell you a quick story about somebody very special to me. I know a lady that used to work for an airline company for about 10 years until one day the airline company went under. She had a good job, it was a good business, and she was very well paid. This is a very scary time in her life, and immediately she went on unemployment. While she was on unemployment, she kind of took advantage of the free money, and during this time she really didn't look very hard for a job, and most of her days consisted of doing nothing and just watching TV all day. When her unemployment was over, she basically forgot what it was like to work for a job and immediately became mentally sick. This is 4 years ago now, and not a single thing has changed in her life. Many people's lives are affected by something like this, and she's not the only person I know of. In order to stop something like this from happening, I believe it is very important for people on unemployment to either do community service or some type of volunteer work. The main type of unemployment benefits people receive is called welfare. Welfare started in the 1930s when the Great Depression hit the United States. And this is because people needed some type of money in order to get their families through it. Welfare can be defined as any program in which the government provides money or services to help an individual in need. In order to receive welfare, you must be eligible. Eligibility can be based on a variety of things, such as income, size of family, medical conditions, and also unemployment. The U.S. government classifies people unemployed if they currently do not have a job but are available to work. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the United States rate of unemployment is about 7.8%. Although this number has gone down the last few years, it's still a pretty high number. Approximately 12 million people are unemployed in the United States right now, and I believe they should be forced to work to receive unemployment. One of the main problems today is that we have no way to really monitor what people on unemployment are doing. Unemployment can be claimed for up to 90 days, and in many cases up to 180 days. Many people on unemployment do nothing with their time. You may ask where this money comes from, and as I stated earlier, it comes out of working people's paychecks. This does not seem fair to most people, and it does not seem fair to me. There's no way to tell where the money is going towards that people are receiving from unemployment. People could be spending their money on drugs, alcohol, gambling, or other illegal activities. The government has taken a small action in order to prevent this. In February 2012, Congress passed a law allowing states to give drug tests to people who were previously fired because of drug use. The best way to make an individual clean is to force community service. There are many pros to forcing people to do some type of work or community service. Different types include work for the community, such as raking leaves, mowing lawns, helping the church, cleaning up trash, and after something like Hurricane Sandy this past week, help the community any way necessary. The community is always in need of some type of help, and a lot of work will get done if everybody on unemployment was to help out. All aspects of the community could get helped out as well. Many of these jobs don't seem very appealing to most people, but I believe that people should be able to pick whatever type of community service they want to do, because usually when there's a passion in something, work gets done more effectively. Volunteer work would not only help the community, but also the individual in many aspects. While doing community service, you can learn a lot of valuable skills, such as leadership skills, management skills, communicational skills, and organizational skills, and also whatever else is up here. Each one of these skills are important in life and on the job. Once they're acquired, they can be used in real life and on the job to make you a better worker. One of the most important reasons why people should be forced to do community service is because it greatly increases your resume and will make you more apt to find another job. Companies want to see consistent work, and if you do nothing while you're on unemployment, it looks very bad. If you do nothing, it makes you look deficient, and if you do volunteer work, it makes you look very ambitious and, more importantly, not lazy. Community service is just one more thing that can enhance the resume and hopefully turn unemployment into employment. I believe it should be required to do some type of community service for 20 hours a week, because you also need time to look for a job while you're unemployed. It should be required for a person to come in once a week to meet with a job coach, somebody that can help them get through their hard times, and they can make their resume stronger as well. They would help people to find jobs more effectively, because with the help of somebody else, it's much easier than doing it on their own. Another benefit is that more jobs will be created from this as job coaches. I think this is the best way for people who are unemployed to stay on the right track. If people were forced to do community service, it would not take away from normal community service being done. Many people enjoy doing community service themselves because they like to help the community. I believe people would not be worried about fulfilling a large number of community service hours a week, because in the back of their mind they know a lot of the work is getting done anyway. I do believe under some conditions people should be exempt from this policy. These conditions include physical disabilities, pregnancy, illness, and people who have children at home but limited to one parent. It is not reasonable for someone with one of these types of conditions to do community service, but I do believe if they wanted to, they could do some type of non-strenuous activity, like work behind a computer or something like that, in order to get some work done. Many people may disagree that people on unemployment should have to do some type of volunteer work in order to receive it. Some may argue that there is not enough time in the day to look for a job and do community service. 20 hours a week would leave plenty of time to do both. The average American works 40 hours a week and still has time to do whatever they like to do, such as play sports, do community service, or be a part of another organization. It is perfectly reasonable for someone to be able to volunteer and look for a job at the same time. Another valuable skill can be acquired through this: time management. People might argue that unemployment is a good form of security in case you were to lose your job, and I agree with that. I believe that it's a good form of security, because if I lost my job, I'd want something to have my back too. But I think it is only fair if everybody that is on unemployment does this, and you have to be willing to do that in order to receive it. In my life, I have first-handedly seen many negative things happen to people on unemployment, and I believe they can be avoided with a system like acquired community service. It's not fair that people who work hard, such as you and I, for our money, get some taken away when they don't know where it goes. It would be much more assuring if we knew where the money went, and at least it was being earned one way or another. Community service could help the community and also give the unemployed person many valuable skills to bring into the work world. In conclusion, I think community service should be mandatory for everyone on unemployment, because so many things would benefit from it. Are there any questions?
You mentioned that there is laws now available to states with regard to drug testing.
Yeah,
Was that just if there was a prior problem?
Yeah, if only if you had been fired for your job for something drug related. But you can't just drug test a person who was just laid off for no reason, because first of all, drug testing is very expensive, and they want it to be fair for everybody.
No, I'm just agreeing with what you're saying. I think it's right that companies shouldn't take out the money that you earn, and you don't know where it's going, and you have no idea what people are doing with the money, and there are so many people unemployed, and unemployment just rises every day. So I think it's interesting, because I feel the same way you do. It's not really a question.
Yeah, I mean, we get a pretty large percentage of our money taken away each year, and really there's nowhere to see where it goes to. a system like this would really just make you feel good about knowing that the money was somewhere useful and not going towards drugs.
Thank you.